Seahawks Nation, something big might be about to go down in Seattle, and it couldn't be happening at a worse time. With the NFC Championship against the Rams right around the corner, the situation surrounding the quarterback remains clouded by caution, and that's already starting to affect the game plan. But what really sets off the red alert isn't in the official reports or the standard press conferences. It's happening away from the cameras, behind closed doors, where real decisions are being lined up. Seattle isn't just weighing options. The team is positioning itself to react. With a major absence on offense, names are starting to circulate internally, scenarios are being mapped out in advance, and yes, there's a very real chance that an unexpected move could completely change the course of this game. And when adjustments start being made this close to a matchup of this magnitude, nothing is minor. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick with me until the end. Because if this plays out the way it's shaping up, the impact goes way beyond a single Sunday. Let's start with the most sensitive topic of all, the quarterback. Mike Macdonald was asked directly about Sam Darnold's status during preparation week for the NFC Championship against the Los Angeles Rams. He didn't slap an official label on it, didn't confirm anything, didn't rule anything out. But the message was clear. The work is being handled day by day, with extreme caution. When a head coach says that in January, it carries a lot more weight than it might sound on the surface. This is risk management at the highest level. Every rep is being calculated. Every movement is under the microscope. Every physical response after contact matters. This isn't coach speak. This is a staff trying to squeeze out the maximum without crossing the line where things can't be undone. What really stood out was how Macdonald described a specific sequence from the last game. Darnold took a sack early on. On the very next play, he came back to the huddle, took the snap, and fired a strong throw to Cooper. Macdonald admitted he felt uneasy watching him hit the turf and then immediately ramp things up, but the instant response made him breathe a little easier. That kind of detail says everything. It's not a medical update. It's behavioral evaluation. The staff isn't just asking, can he play? They're studying how he reacts, how he gets up, how he moves outside the pocket, how he responds on the very next snap. It's exactly what we, as fans, notice, except here it directly shapes the game plan. Seattle wrapped up the regular season at 14-3, sitting atop the NFC and heading into the conference championship as the favorite, and according to the betting markets, one of the top Super Bowl contenders. Sam Darnold was a huge part of that. Over 4,000 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Numbers that push this offense into a different tier. But once the practice plan turns into day-to-day, everything changes. Less off-script improvisation. More quick game concepts. More emphasis on the run to control tempo and clock. Against a Rams defense that thrives on collapsing protection, forcing tiny mistakes, and punishing late reads, every rep missed during the week can show up on Sunday as a blown communication, a missed adjustment, or a late decision in the red zone. And when it's January and the topic is quarterback, nobody looks only at the starter. Everyone checks the depth chart. Behind Darnold are Drew Lock and rookie Jalen Milroe. Even with the starter listed, Seattle had already been rotating reps, which is fairly normal at this stage of the season. But that rotation takes on a different meaning when the QB1 is being closely monitored. It's not panic, but it's not nothing either. It's quiet preparation for every possible outcome without tipping anything to the opponent. While all the focus should be on the field, another storyline is starting to create noise behind the scenes. The name is Clint Kubiak. At just 38 years old, the offensive coordinator has become one of the hottest names on the NFL head coaching market. It's the same script we saw last year with Ben Johnson, when offensive success instantly turned into a spotlight. According to Jack Aaron from PFSN, Kubiak is viewed as an almost perfect fit for the Baltimore Ravens, who are searching for a new head coach following John Harbaugh's departure. The reason is straightforward: maximize Lamar Jackson. Inside Baltimore, the evaluation is blunt. Lamar is a two-time MVP, but he still hasn't turned that into a Super Bowl ring. Former offensive coordinator Todd Monken even admitted he wasn't able to fully unlock Lamar's potential and that the relationship never truly clicked. The next hire has to revolve entirely around the quarterback. That's where Kubiak becomes a serious factor. Seattle's offense finished the season among the league's best in nearly every meaningful metric. 9th in PFSN's offensive impact metric, 5th in yards per play, 7th in total yards per game, and 3rd in points per game. That doesn't happen by accident. There's structure, method, and clear adaptation to personnel. On top of that, Kubiak played a major role in Darnold having the best season of his career and in elevating Jackson Smith-Njigba to all-pro level production. The Ravens' interest has moved beyond speculation. Steve Bisciotti's organization has already requested permission to interview him, and the vision of an offense built on heavy pre-snap motion, simplified reads, and constant creativity makes a lot of sense for unleashing Lamar even more. For Seattle, losing Kubiak right now would be a significant blow, especially with other assistants drawing interest around the league. But that's the cost of success in the NFL. Teams that get close to the Super Bowl instantly become targets. The real question is how much that affects continuity moving forward. If you're into this kind of behind-the-scenes insight and analysis that goes beyond the final score, hit that like button, subscribe, and show the strength of Seahawks Nation, because there's still more to unpack. And when it comes to on-field impact, it's impossible to ignore what happened in the divisional round against the San Francisco 49ers. The 41-6 win was dominant, arguably the most complete performance of the entire season. The run game steamrolled everything in its path. 175 yards on 33 carries, over 6 yards per attempt. Kenneth Walker 3-owned that game. 116 yards, 3 touchdowns on 19 carries. Tempo, physicality, confidence. He set the tone from start to finish. But it wasn't flawless. Just before halftime, Zach Charbonnet suffered a serious knee injury. Mike McDonald confirmed he's done for the rest of the postseason. That changes the equation. Charbonnet had become a key piece in the running back rotation, bringing a more physical element that complemented Walker. Without him, the offense loses diversity. Velus Jones Jr. stepped in but had limited production. He and Cam Akers are currently on the practice squad, and while they can fill in if needed, they don't offer the same overall package. That's why the front office is already exploring options. One name that stands out is Elijah Mitchell. Still young, with proven production in Kyle Shanahan's system, Mitchell has struggled with consistency but retains real upside. He played in 2025 with the Kansas City Chiefs and recently spent time on the New England Patriots practice squad, notably a potential Super Bowl opponent for Seattle. He doesn't bring the same physical profile as Charbonnet, but he offers burst, vision, and the ability to gain yards in zone schemes. In January, every detail matters. Every adjustment carries weight. Every decision has a direct consequence. Bottom line 12s, a lot is happening all at once in Seattle. A quarterback being managed with extreme caution. An offensive coordinator being pursued across the league. A backfield forced to reinvent itself in the middle of a playoff run. All of it highlights just how thin the line is between hoisting the trophy and watching the season slip away. Now I want to hear from you. Do you feel this team is ready to handle the insane pressure of this moment? And looking at the backfield situation, is Elijah Mitchell really the right move to stabilize the run game now that the margin for error is gone? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because the voice of the fan is part of this journey. And if you don't want to miss a single move, decision, or behind-the-scenes development in Seattle, Like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay with me all the way. Let's show the NFL the power of the 12th man. Go Hawks!